Hello, everyone, and welcome to the State of the Game Podcast. I'm your host, GT. It is April 28th, 2025, and we got a full slate of topics to touch upon today, man. So let's get right to it. And always, keep in mind to keep it copacetic in the comments as you listen to the commentary. And as always, like, share, subscribe. To God be the glory. Alright, let's go. So let's talk about, first off, welcome to the State of the Game Podcast. I am your host, GT, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So we're going to just go ahead and dive right in and get right into it. First off, we're going to talk about the NFL draft and Shedeur Sanders situation. First off, he was drafted in the 5th round. I think it was number 144. When he was supposed to be a first-round pick. And, it's a whole lot of commentary that's been going on over the weekend talking about how it was a travesty and how, they didn't do the Sanders family right as far as how they were drafted and how they were passed upon by team after team after team. Even the Cleveland Browns, the ones that drafted them, they actually passed over him 5 times before they drafted him. So let's take a look at what Skip Bayless had to say. He basically said that it was a travesty, and he basically was saying how the 32 NFL owners basically colluded to blackball or try to blackball Shedeur Sanders from even getting into the league because of his attitude and because of how he presented himself in the combine and things of that nature. Also, you have Stephen A. Smith that had something to say about it as well. He basically was talking about how Deion Sanders, was basically responsible for everything that went down this weekend as far as Shedeur and his draft stock plummeting to where it did. Talking about how they're so brash and they're so outspoken and things of that nature, and that really hurt their draft stock as it pertains to when they got drafted and things of that nature. So I'll just start off by saying this. I mean, I have my opinion about it. 2 things can be true. When I think about that, I say that in terms of, yes, the NFL did drop the ball. They dropped the ball bad when it came to when it comes to evaluating talent, so to speak, like Mel Kiper said over the weekend as well, because he was very heated about it. He was very heated about it too. Yes, they dropped the ball. They had a lot to do with the NFL owners had a lot to do with where he got drafted, how he got drafted, and the whole 9 yards of the situation. But let's not get this twisted, okay? Like I said, 2 things can be true. So, that being said, if you don't go to the NFL Combine with all your jewelry on and making comments in the interview, basically bashing all the teams that basically having something to say about you, well, then you wouldn't have this problem. Okay? If you didn't have Deion Sanders basically talking about the Browns out the gate, ironically, basically talking about the Browns out the gate, saying that if they even attempted to draft him, that he would pass up on it, or he would try to make that not happen. So you put all those elements into place, and these are the sorts of things that happen. And you have a lot of people that want to go and say this is a racist issue, this, and this is a racist issue, that. I have no doubt that it played a part into it. His whole demeanor played a part into it. His character played a part into it. Okay? Don't get it twisted. I understand and I overstand all of that. But at the same time, you're basically trying to get those people to make an investment into you. So if they see that you're coming from a place of, you may call it confidence, but at the same time, if you're calling it confidence, but they see it as arrogance or they see it as entitlement, well, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. And as much as they want to make it a race issue and this, that, and the third, we completely forget about the fact that a guy by the name of Cam Ward, who played quarterback in Miami, went number 1 overall. Okay? And yes, his demeanor is different. It's more down to earth. It's more simple. It's more subtle. We get all of that. And no, we're not saying that you have to put your head down and you have to basically placate to whatever the owners want. But at the same token, think about it like this. Shedeur, is Dion paying you when you get drafted? No, right? Okay, so if you're looking for those owners to make the investment into you that you want them to make, you have to play by their rules. It's just the game. It's just how it is. Plain and simple. Okay? That's just my take on it. All right. So what's the next subject? We're talking about, the next subject is the Shannon Sharpe situation. So, with the Shannon Sharpe situation, he's basically getting sued or have a lawsuit against him for sexual assault by an OnlyFans model. I don't even know what her name is. All I caught wind of was that she was about 19, 20 years old, while he's in his 50s. And basically from all of that, everything that came about with that case over the weekend, basically he had to step away from ESPN, as he says, temporarily, to basically get to the bottom of the case and get it basically moved out the way so he can go about continuing his career. And that's a good move. That's pretty fine. But my take on it is this. When you're a man of high value, as they like to call it, when you're well established, well to do, you've had an excellent NFL career, Hall of Fame NFL career, and you have such a value, and you've done such great things both at FS1 as well as ESPN, as well as with Club Shay Shay. You know, you've done all of these things, so you're in the spotlight. You're right there, and you're basically successful, and you're basically, I'll just say it, you're a target. Okay, you're a target. So, especially coming from someone that's an OnlyFans model, you already know what their profession is. Okay, so basically put, from that perspective alone, you shouldn't even have a conversation for someone that's in a lower class than you. Basically put. Okay, now think about that. You said it yourself. I'm not gonna date my age. I'm gonna date my wage. Okay, so you said it yourself. Now at the same time too, I have to look at the age difference. Okay, I look at the age difference, and I'm basically like, dude, what kind of conversation would you have as a 50-year-old? What kind of conversation would you have with a 19-year-old? Dude, you're basically changing their diapers. Okay, let's think about it for real. I mean, there's no conversation that you should have with as a 50-year-old man with someone of that age. It's a cultural difference. It's a generational difference. Like it's literally decades apart. So it's like, nah, you have to be careful, and you would think that someone of your stature would know that you have to move different You have to move different. You have to tread those waters lightly, bro. You have to. It's not because, of any other reason other than, dude, you just have to. You have to protect the bag. You have to protect the you have to protect your own brand. Okay? Protect your own brand. All right? That's the bottom line. When you come across situations like that, the first thing that pops into your mind is, could I lose ESPN with this? Could I lose Club Shay Shay with this? You see what I'm saying? You have to think on those levels. You have to think on those lines, because basically put, in 2025, people looking for a reason, bro. They're looking for a reason. All right. So that's my take on that. And let's go to the third topic of conversation, which we have our Dame Lillard situation, man. Bro, this is the breaking news portion. So I got a notification on my phone earlier today while I was at work. And I just looked at it and I was like, man, wow. Because this guy just came back. Damian Lillard plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. He just came back from, he had blood clots, right? Yeah, he had blood clots, and struggled his way to get back for the playoffs, just to tear his Achilles tendon. And that's just a heartbreaking alert that I got to my phone earlier today, man. I tell you what, hope you have a speedy recovery, man. Shake back, get back soon, bro. Hopefully we can get you back in time for next year's playoffs, because with an Achilles tendon tear, that usually takes a while. Okay. I remember the first significant one that I in recent history that I remember is Kobe Bryant, when he tore his. Man, in most of those cases, man, you might wind up never being the same. Hopefully that won't be the case with you. We've seen the advancements, medical advancements over the years. We've seen guys like Adrian Peterson come back from torn ACLs almost in the same season, so I mean, hopefully this will be your story. But like I said, once again, speedy recovery. Hope you get back soon, man. And that's it today. That's it for today, man. This is the State of the Game podcast, man. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking it up. Thank you guys for spreading the word, man. Episode 1 out the way, man. We're here. And greatness is only to come. So keep on keeping on. Keep on locking in with us. And we'll keep locking in with you. And we'll keep everything up to date and up to standard. We'll keep everything. We'll keep pushing along and giving you guys exactly what you need, man. All right.